Do you believe in the extraordinary willpower of a lion? Imagine being the king of the savannah, strong, proud, and feared. But in one fateful moment, you lose your hind legs and are abandoned by your own pride. This is the story of Kofi, a lion who survived a brutal crocodile attack and embarked on a heart-wrenching journey of recovery. What do you think will happen to Kofi? Can he continue to survive in the wild? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. The African sun blazed high in the sky, casting golden light over the vast savanna. The endless plains stretched beyond the horizon, dotted with acacia trees and rocky outcrops. The air shimmered with heat, and the rhythmic calls of cicadas filled the silence. It was a land teeming with life. Elephants lumbered near watering holes, zebras grazed in tight-knit herds, and gazelles darted through tall grasses. It was here, in this untamed wilderness, that a mighty lion named Kofi reigned. Once, Kofi had been a fearless warrior, a proud leader of his pride. His thick golden mane was a testament to his strength and dominance, a crown that made rival males think twice before challenging him. Under his rule, the pride flourished. Lionesses hunted with precision, ensuring that the cubs never went hungry. His roar echoed across the plains, a declaration of power that resonated for miles. But fate is a cruel mistress, and in a single moment, Kofi's life changed forever. A year ago, during a routine hunt near the river, Kofi made a fatal mistake. The pride had been trailing a herd of wildebeest for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As the sun bore down mercilessly, the lions paused to quench their thirst. The river glistened invitingly, its surface smooth and undisturbed, save for the occasional ripple. Kofi, leading the pride, stepped forward. He lowered his head to drink, unaware of the lurking danger beneath the water's deceptive calm. Then, in an instant, the river erupted in chaos. A monstrous crocodile, over 4 meters long, exploded from the depths, its jaws snapping shut with terrifying speed. Pain shot through Kofi's body as razor-sharp teeth clamped on his hind legs, crushing bone and muscle. He roared in agony, his golden eyes flashing with panic and fury. He clawed desperately at the beast, but the crocodile's grip only tightened, dragging him toward the water's abyss. The river churned violently. The pride scattered, their terrified eyes watching their leader struggle. Kofi's powerful muscles strained as he fought against the crocodile's pull. His claws raked across its scaly snout, but the beast was relentless. Blood clouded the water, attracting more crocodiles lurking nearby. With a final, desperate effort, Kofi summoned his last reserves of strength. He twisted his body, slashing at the crocodile's eye with his sharp claws. The sudden pain forced the predator to loosen its grip, just enough for Kofi to wrench himself free. He dragged himself to the shore, his body trembling, his breath ragged. But the cost was devastating. His hind legs were shattered beyond repair. In the days that followed, Kofi's world unraveled. A lion who could not hunt was a liability. The younger, stronger males saw weakness in his injuries. They did not hesitate. The challenge was swift and brutal. Though Kofi fought with all the strength left in his broken body, he was no match for them. Forced to submit, he was cast out of the pride. Alone, he wandered across the vast plains, dragging himself forward on his 4 legs, looking miserable. The steppes that had once been his kingdom now seemed endless and unforgiving. His once powerful frame had grown weak, his golden mane matted with dust. Hunger gnawed at his ribs, and every step was a struggle. The nights were the worst. Hyenas lurked in the shadows, their laughter a chilling reminder of his vulnerability. For weeks, he survived on scraps, scavenging from abandoned kills and drinking from dwindling water sources. But as his strength faded, so did his will to fight. He had become a ghost of the warrior he once was. Then, fate took an unexpected turn. One afternoon, Kofi collapsed near a small stream. His vision blurred, his breathing shallow. He had no strength left to move. It was there that a wildlife conservation team found him. Among them was a young researcher named Daniel, a man who had dedicated his life to protecting Africa's majestic creatures. When he saw the emaciated lion, his heart ached. He could see past Kofi's scars and suffering. He saw the spirit of a fighter, a lion who had refused to die despite overwhelming odds. "Look at him," Daniel murmured. "He survived this long. We can't leave him here." The team knew the challenges of caring for a wild lion, especially one in such a fragile state. But Daniel refused to turn away. They sedated Kofi and carefully transported him to the reserve's rescue center. There, veterinarians worked tirelessly to stabilize him. He was given fluids, food, and medicine to ease his pain. For the first time in months, Kofi slept without fear. As Kofi's health improved, Daniel and his team faced a daunting question. How could they help him move again? The lion had adapted to dragging himself forward with his powerful front legs, but the effort was exhausting. After much discussion, they devised a solution, a custom-built wheelchair designed specifically for Kofi. The first encounter was tense. Kofi eyed the strange contraption warily, sniffing and growling whenever the team approached him with it. His instinct screamed to reject anything unfamiliar. The first attempt to attach the wheelchair resulted in an aggressive struggle. Kofi fought against it, unwilling to be restrained. But Daniel refused to give up. Every day, he sat beside Kofi, speaking to him in soothing tones, offering food and patience. Slowly, trust was built. The breakthrough came when Kofi realized the wheelchair eased his burden. No longer forced to drag his heavy body, he could move with greater ease. His first steps were hesitant. The wheels creaked as he adjusted to the unfamiliar sensation. But his instincts as a survivor took over. He learned quickly, first crawling, then rolling with increasing confidence. Soon, Kofi was gliding across the grasslands, no longer the broken lion he once was. A year later, Kofi had become a living legend. No longer a forgotten outcast, he was the heart of the wildlife reserve, a testament to the unbreakable will to survive. Visitors from around the world came to hear his story, a lion who had lost everything but never gave up. Within the reserve, Kofi enjoyed a vast space where he could roam freely. He no longer needed to hunt, as the team provided him with care and nourishment. Daniel visited him often, sitting beside him like an old friend, sharing silent moments of understanding. On the open plains, Kofi lifted his head high, his golden eyes once again filled with pride. He was no longer just a wounded lion. He was a warrior, a symbol of survival. And every time Daniel passed the riverbank where he had first found Kofi, he would pause. The water flowed gently now, but he could still remember that fateful day, the sight of Kofi dragging himself from the jaws of death, the raw defiance in his eyes. It was there that Kofi's story of resilience had begun, and though the lion now roamed the safety of the reserve, that place would always hold a part of him. Daniel would close his eyes, hearing the distant roar of a lion echo through the savannah. He liked to think it was Kofi, reminding the world that he was still here. Kofi's journey is not just a tale of loss, but a powerful reminder of resilience. In the wild, brutality is unavoidable, but even in the darkest moments, survival is possible. Kofi proved that true strength isn't just about power. It's about refusing to surrender. His story also highlights the compassion of humans, showing that even in the harshest of landscapes, kindness can exist. Through his struggles and triumphs, Kofi became more than just a lion. He became a symbol of hope, perseverance, and the extraordinary bond between man and nature. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us bring more inspiring content to life.